Hey everybody, this is Anthony with Anthony's Horror and More, and today we're going to do an unboxing video for Pet Sematary, the Mondo Steelbook. Yep, I just got this in from Best Buy. It was $14.99. That's a steal for this movie. Pet Sematary is an all-time classic horror film. So that was just, when I saw that on Best Buy's website, I remember seeing this in their stores and I passed on it. I don't know, I think it was like a couple of years ago or so. It was a long time ago. And I regretted it ever since. So when I saw that they actually got this back in stock, I was like, oh my God, I gotta jump on this, So let's see what we got here. Ooh, very nice. It's cool. I already like that it comes with like a nice slipcover. That's always good. Looks like it did take a little bit of damage though, of course. See this little plastic piece looks like it broke a little bit. See right there? Looks like the plastic took a little ding or whatever. And yeah, it's got a little ding right there too. You gotta love it, man. What are you gonna do? That's the thing. That's the problem with like constantly getting shit mailed into you and stuff like that, is because it's like they know it's more of a pain in the ass to complain, because you gotta drive there, you gotta turn it in, they gotta ship it back out, they gotta ship you another one. That's what sucks about not being able to just go in and pick up your physical media from Best Buy and Target and these places anymore, because it makes it harder to, like when you go into the store, you can see what you're getting. You can open it like as soon as you buy it right out in the parking lot, and then if it's damaged at all, you can just bring it right back in. Now it's a way bigger pain in the ass. So, but it's not too bad. It's just a little bit of damage. I'm just bitching because it's like, it just seems to happen like every other time. You get a Steelbook in, it's damaged, you gotta go through the rigmarole of, taking it, back or mailing it back in the case of Amazon, I don't know. But anyway, here's the Steelbook. Nice little spot gloss right there on the, looks like on the trees, there's some spot gloss. Some spot gloss on the eyes, the tongue. Just a really nice Steelbook, man. Very nice. Very cool. Oh, that's cool. Sometimes dead is better. It actually says sometimes dead is better right there. That's really cool. Now the Steelbook itself, it's got a little ding. It does have a little ding. Right there, you see it? It's like a little ding right there. You know how it is, guys. It's almost impossible to get anything in mint condition nowadays. Oh, and the loose disc. Dear God. You got the loose disc in there. That's always fun. All right. I knew there was a loose disc too, because as soon as I picked it up, I could like hear it like kind of rattle. I was like, oh geez, here we go. Got the digital code. That does come with a digital code, which is cool. Beautiful inside artwork. Here's the whole thing. Beautiful. Let me show you the inside. There's that disc. That is the 4K disc. Special features. And then we have, oh my God, I love the art that they put on this one. Oh my God, that's so sad. That's so great. It's great and sad at the same time. The bloody shoe. Oh my God. Yep, right there. And gotta look at the disc. Yeah, this one looks okay. Okay. There's the inside. But dang. House burning down. Beautiful inside artwork. Beautiful inside artwork. Look at that. Nice full picture too. Wow. God, that's beautiful. That really is beautiful. Holy crap. Yeah, they outdid themselves with this Steelbook, boy. Holy crap. This is a really nice one. It even has like the plastic slip to go on it. Let's see. Looks like a little bit of dust on the 4K disc. I'll have to clean that up with like a nice little cloth. I use sunglasses, like those nice, like kind of silky smooth sunglasses, you know, the ones that you clean your sunglasses with, those little cloths that they give you sometimes. I use those to like clean my discs when they have some dirt and stuff on them, which I'll probably be using on this because it does look like it has some dirt and crap. Like not dirt, but just like a little like dust, a little bit of dust. But other than that, it looks fine. Yep. That is a beautiful Steelbook. I love this movie. I think this is a classic Stephen King film. One of his absolute best, in my opinion. This movie just hits you in the feels every time. It really evokes emotion out of the viewer. Like, this is one of those horror movies that forces you to feel what they're going through, what the parents are going through, and what everyone, you know, in the film is going through, and it pulls no punches. It's very dark. You know, spoilers if you haven't seen Pet Sematary. I am going to talk about the film a little bit. If you enjoyed my Steelbook unboxing, please like the video. You know, give it a thumbs up, comment, share the video, subscribe. I really appreciate it. It does help out a lot. And it just makes me feel like, you know, at least people are watching, they're enjoying it. So, you know, if you don't mind, leave a comment. Let me know what you think about Pet Sematary. Let me know if you like the Steelbook. And just give the video a thumbs up. That, you know, I appreciate it. But anyway, Pet Sematary, Stephen King, based off the Stephen King novel. Stephen King was integral to this film, honestly, because he told the studio, if you're going to make this film, you know, if you want the rights to my novel, basically, you're going to film it in Maine, which they did. They filmed this movie 20 minutes from Stephen King's house, actually. And the director, Mary Lambert, she actually, this was only her second film, you know, directing. Before that, she did music videos. And Stephen King, you know, and her, you know, I think kind of worked close together because he was constantly on set. Because he only lived 20 miles away, and I think that he did that on purpose. I mean, he likes the movies that, you know, because, you know, in the book it takes place in Maine, so I think it was important for him to have it set in Maine, his hometown, and for him to be able to kind of oversee, because he said they wanted them to follow the novel with this film. They didn't want them to deviate too much or anything like that. So Stephen King had some pretty heavy involvement with this movie. And I think that's important. I think, you know, when you follow the writer's work, that's a big deal. You know what I mean? You know, even Stephen King said that when he got done writing this novel, it was one of the very few novels that he almost felt kind of uncomfortable with. Like, it creeped him out, you know? Like, that's how good it is. So I think that says a lot about the film, you know, that even Stephen King was a little freaked out by it. One of Stephen King's, you know, favorite bands are the Ramones. The Ramones, you know, he's a big fan of the Ramones, and I guess because of Mary Lambert's background in music videos, you know, she used to direct a lot of music videos and stuff before she got into film. She worked on like some Madonna music videos and stuff like that. So she actually had a connection with the Ramones, and she was able to have them perform a song at the end of the movie. I believe it's titled Pet Sematary, but it's the, you know, the song at the end of the film. And they wrote and, you know, performed the song for this movie because, you know, she was able to like talk to him and make it happen. And, you know, I'm sure Stephen King was just like, oh my God, that's amazing. You know, you actually got one of my all-time favorite bands to like perform a song for my novel / movie. You know, I mean, that's pretty cool. There's a lot of interesting things that they did for the film, like the cat's eyes that are glowing in the film. That's an in-camera trick that they use. I guess cats have this this specific kind of like retina where if you shine a light into their eyes while you're filming, they'll actually, it will, they'll glow. Their eyes will glow due to the light being shined in their eyes. So when they were filming this, there would be a guy just kind of shining a light in the cat's eyes, and then they would glow, and that's how you got that effect, which I thought was very cool and well done, because it definitely added this creepiness factor to the film. This film has just, one of the all-time saddest, scariest scenes of all movie history, and it's when Gage gets hit by that semi-truck. This little tiny kid, this cute little kid that was, we know him from, I don't know if he, I think it came later, but we know him from, most people know him from the movie with Arnold Schwarzenegger, where he takes over teaching an elementary school. And he, there's a kid in the class, and he said, boys have penises and girls have vaginas, or whatever. It's that kid in Pet Sematary, that cute kid or whatever, gets hit by a fucking semi-truck, like, out of nowhere. Because it's, there's a couple of rules in horror, and one of them is like, you don't usually kill a kid off, you know what I mean? In film in general, they don't like, killing children. But it just hits you, man. I mean, you don't even really see like the blood or the gore of it. You just see that bloody shoe right there hit the ground, and it is just absolutely, it's just so sad, and it just hits you. I remember watching this movie when I was a kid, and I watched that scene where Gage just gets hit, and it just shook me. I mean, it was, and even to this day when I watch that scene, it's so like unnerving, and the little kid actor is so cute. Like I said, he does such a good job. He's a great kid actor. Kindergarten Cop, that was the movie I was trying to think of before. He's a little kid in Kindergarten Cop. He's been in a lot of movies. I actually recently saw the actor Miko Hughes. He was at one of my local horror cons from a few months ago, signing autographs and stuff. He like literally walked right by me, and he's still kind of a little guy or whatever. And he had like a backwards hat on and stuff like that. Seemed like a nice guy though, but because I saw him like signing autographs and stuff. But yeah, that's one of those all time like oh my god, just shocks you moments. But this movie is more than the reason why this is such a like all-time classic to me is because this movie is not just like a zombie kid comes back to life, dead cat comes back to life and they start killing people. It's more than just that. That's great, I love that, but it's also about grief and learning how to deal with grief and accept loss in your life. And we've all had loss in our life. We've all lost people and pets, and it's one of those movies where it's like you empathize so much for the father and the mother, and it just breaks your heart to see what happened to their family, because you could see it happening to your family. I mean, because that does happen in real life. Sometimes kids run out in the middle of the road, they get hit. Sometimes it's sad, it's terrible, but you can really empathize with the father, because just the thought of that, if you're a parent, terrifies you. I mean, it just shakes you to your core. Even when I was a kid, it shook me to my core, because I'm a kid watching it. I'm like, oh my god, they just killed this little tiny kid off. That could be me. I mean, what the fuck? So yeah, this, it's just sad. You feel so bad for the father, he's grieving, he's just not taking it, so he takes his dead son and he has him buried at this place, and then he's resurrected, but now it's, the kid's not the same anymore. He's twisted, he's got like the devil in him, basically. His mind's fucking gone, he's crazy. And it's just so creepy, I mean, the kid does such a good job too, not fair, whatever. Like, it's just there, there's just so many creepy lines. There's so much creepy dialogue in this movie. Yeah, I don't know. It just, and the studio. The other great thing about this movie is the studio was even down for it. Even the studio was like, when Mary Lambert turned in like the final film and everything, they're like, the studio, believe it or not, said this. They're like, the third act needs to be more gorier, bloodier, like, and I guess reactions like early film, they did test screenings and stuff, and even people in the audience said, you got to make it a little bit more punchier, give it a little bit more punch. So they went back, did, added some more gore, added some more blood. So it's like, this movie's just like, it just had everything going for it. You had the guy, Stephen King, who wrote the novel, literally 20 miles away, who could come over and help oversee it. You have Mary Lambert, who did a phenomenal job directing this. You had the studio backing you. They're telling you, yeah, make it gory or make it bloodier. I mean, this movie just had everything going for it. You had all the great performances. You had you had let's see, yeah, you had Dale Midkiff, you had Denise Crosby, you had the great Fred Gwynn in this film. He's fantastic. Most of you know him as the judge from My Cousin Vinny. He's hilarious. And yeah, I mean, Brad Greenquist, Michael Lombard, and Miko Hughes is the kid, he's such a good kid actor. It just had everything going for it. It was the perfect, mix of ingredient. Like, everything just worked out so well for this to make it an excellent horror film, one of the best of all times, a classic. I would 100% recommend picking up this. Let me show up that slip one more time. This is the slip cover that goes over it. I would 100% recommend picking this up. Yeah, so it's this is a Mondo Steelbook. But it has like the slip cover. Oh, it's also Paramount. It's Paramount on the back here too, so that's interesting. But it's a Mondo Steelbook. But it has that slip like Lionsgate does with their movies. Keep it a little extra protected. And this is just a high recommend, man. The Pet Sematary, in 4K. Great movie, phenomenal performances, Stephen King, shot in Maine on location. What more do you want? It's just perfect. So, yeah. So that's it, guys. That's all I got to say. You got some special features back here too as well. Commentary by director Mary Lambert. I'm actually really excited to watch that. 3 new behind the scenes image galleries, revisitation, new interview with Mary Lambert, Fear and Remembrance. Yeah, I mean, this is awesome. You got some good special features. I'm excited, especially the fact that they got like the director. You got a director's commentary, you got a director interview, you get to hear all her thoughts on how she made this and working with Stephen King and all that kind of stuff. I mean, I can't wait to watch that. So yeah, guys, please go pick this up. It's only $14.99 on Best Buy right now. Don't pass on that, guys. Go get the Steelbook. That's a steal in my opinion. Steal for Steelbook, So yeah, guys, this is Anthony's Horror More. I really appreciate everybody watching, and I will catch you on the next one. Peace out.